Do you trust the people you work with? One of the most important things you can achieve with your coworkers is trust and rapport. Today, we're going to talk about how do you know who you should trust yourself, people who say one thing and do another, and then that lone wolf that operates as a team of one.
So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified when we post new videos. You don't want to miss any of them. We have some really good ones coming up in the next few weeks. I've been a professional coach since 2002, and I've coached hundreds of people. I've helped many of them learn to be trustworthy and build rapport with their teammates, and that's really helped them grow in their career and in their leadership abilities. What's it like in your organization? There are many times in my coaching practice that I have to help my clients clean up a situation because they trusted the wrong people at the office or with their coworkers. The really sad thing is that not everyone that acts like they're your friend or ally at work really is your friend or ally. One of the most important things you can achieve with your coworkers is trust and rapport. If your coworkers know that you care about them, they'll work harder and better for you and with you. If they don't know that, if they don't trust you, then they simply will not deliver for you. So how do you know who you should trust? A person's role or status does not determine their trustworthiness. Trust is about the individual. But how can you quickly determine which individuals to trust? First, you have to trust yourself. We all have instincts about certain things, and some of us even have the instinctual ability to know right away who to trust and who not to trust. There are some simple ways to be on the lookout for who you can trust and who you should not trust. So look out for those people who talk about things that are not theirs to talk about. We all know that person that will tell something about you or something that you said when you never meant for it to be shared. There are a couple of things you can do about this. One, make sure you always preface what you say, especially to that person, with, "This is confidential and it cannot be shared." If they share it anyway, then you do the second thing. Never, and I mean never, tell them anything else that you do not want others to know. I had a client once who could not figure out why she was not getting promoted and why people didn't trust her. You know, the primary reason was that she would leave a meeting where matters had been discussed, but may not have been decided, and she would promptly speak to others about it. She didn't think anything of it. She didn't think she was betraying confidence, but this behavior caused people not to trust her to be in meetings when sensitive topics were going to be discussed. It had a stalling effect on her career, and it kept her stuck at the director level when her peers were becoming vice presidents and senior vice presidents. If, on the other hand, you have a coworker that you have confided in, and they've kept your confidence, then you can likely trust them in the future. You really need to look for people that do not really participate in office gossip, because they're the ones you want to build a trusting relationship with. Do you have trouble trusting people at work, or do people have trouble trusting you? Give us a shout out in the comments below and tell us your story. We'd really love to hear from you. We all know people who say one thing and do another. This is an automatic red flag, and it speaks directly to the person's integrity or the lack thereof. It means that we probably cannot trust them to meet deadlines because we cannot trust that they will be honest about any delays that might arise. This behavior can be particularly impactful if you have real milestone deadlines for projects or objectives. In this case, either remove yourself from the project, have the other person removed, or have a backup so that you know you're going to receive realistic updates. And of course, you know the folks that complain about everything, but they never really stand for anything? Most of the time, the productivity of people like this is lower than others because they spend so much of their time complaining rather than actually getting work done. They become a drain to the productivity of the entire team that they work with and the coworkers that interact with. It's best to address their behavior directly and quickly to minimize the impact to others. If the behavior continues, then you should remove them from the team to restore productivity. One of the most common behaviors to impact trust are people who overpromise and underdeliver. It can be extremely frustrating to work with these people because you believe that they will deliver on what they promised, and the first time that you know there's a problem is when you've missed that deadline. Boy, it's too late at that point, isn't it? You can easily remedy this from happening by confirming the promise. Double check that there's actually enough time to do everything that's been committed to. Are there enough resources to do what's expected by the deadline, etc.? In other words, you want to trust but verify. Then there's that lone wolf that operates as a team of one. There are many problems that this behavior creates. It destroys the team environment and has a negative impact on achieving your goals and objectives. None of us can do it all by ourselves. And yet, this type of behavior says to the rest of the team that you're not needed or you can't be trusted to do what needs to be done. Right? It also sends the message that, quote, I'm the only one that can do this, end quote. Regardless of the behavior or the attitude, when someone is operating as a team of one, nobody wins. The reality is that authentic trust, the kind you need to create strong and mutually beneficial working relationships, has always been direct in questioning. To trust or not to trust requires that you trust yourself and that you remember that there are times when it's best not to trust. It's also important that you're trustworthy. So here are a few quick things that you can do to maintain your trustworthiness. Give credit when credit is due. This may seem like such an easy thing to do, but so many people do not consistently tell others when they've done a good job. Make sure you are the one that exhibits this behavior, but make sure it's genuine. Avoid office gossip. There are a few things that will destroy trust more than being the office gossip or even participating in office gossip. Just avoid it unless you have the facts. Most of the time, the speculation and rumors that get passed around are not even close to the truth, and you and everybody else loses credibility by just keep passing it on. Then, participate and contribute. Be a good team member and always participate in doing the work, in brainstorming, planning, etc. This makes you a valuable contributor that others really want to work with. Be consistent. Leaders want people who routinely exceed their expectations, meaning you must produce excellent work day in and day out. No one on your team should have to wonder whether you're going to deliver. Not only does your performance need to be consistent, but so should your mood. Trust seems to be a dying art in every aspect of our lives. More and more we hear about all of the distrust in society today. One way to stand out is to learn to trust and to be trusted. This will put you ahead and shoulders above all the others. Are you struggling with trust issues or getting off that hamster wheel, chasing after success? You should check out my blog. There may be some of those blog posts that will help you. The link to the blog is in the description below, so go check it out. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified when we post new videos so you don't want to miss any of those great videos coming up. So subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you there.